Are you an amateur or are you a professional? Most artists answer that question wrong. In fact, the very question itself is wrong. There's a whole different way of looking at this issue of amateur versus professional, and I'm going to talk about that today. Welcome to iDay Friday. Remember, stand out, subscribe. You are an artist. And if you want to learn more on how to add art and creativity to your life, then subscribe to this channel. And if you click the little bell that's underneath this video, you'll receive notifications when I put out new videos. Also, share this video and this channel with your friends. It helps the channel, and it helps me to fulfill my goal of helping you fulfill your creative destiny. So, with that said, on with the video. Hey there, standouts. Brian J. Hatcher here with this week's iDay Friday video. For the past 3 weeks, I've been discussing this topic of amateur versus professional. Click the information card here to see the first 2 videos. In these videos, I've been describing how many people tend to get this idea of what an amateur is compared to what a professional is completely wrong. Now, last week I promised you that in this week's video I was going to tell you what it was about amateur versus professional that I was getting wrong, and how changing my viewpoint revolutionized the way that I approach my art. And it's a misconception that I think that a lot of other people have. What is that misconception? It's thinking that this whole issue of amateur versus professional is something like this, when actually it's something like this. In computer security, they discuss this issue of security versus accessibility. Those who do computer security look at those two things as opposite ends of a sliding scale. That is to say that the more secure that a PC or a network is, the less accessible it is. On the other hand, the more accessible that a network or a PC is, the less secure that it is. Now, no system can be 100% secure or 100% accessible. A system that's 100% accessible is open to all kinds of things like hacking attempts or viruses. On the other hand, a system that's 100% secure is locked down to a point where nobody can use it. So then it becomes the job of the security department to determine that sweet spot where you have enough security to protect your system, but also enough accessibility where the system's still useful. Now, even if you're not that familiar with Eastern philosophy, you probably recognize this symbol. It's known as a Taijutsu, or as it's more popularly referred to here in the United States, a yin-yang symbol. The Taijutsu represents the proper balance between two opposing forces. And that is the secret that I learned, which revolutionized the way that I approach my art. As artists, we're not amateurs. And we're not professionals. We're something in the middle. From the amateur side, the artist gains their inspiration, their passion. And on the professional side, well, it comes money, certainly, but it's also where an artist gets their benchmarks, where they discover their strengths and weaknesses, is what promotes growth in their art. And like my example about computer security, an artist can't be 100% amateur or 100% professional. An artist who's 100% amateur has basically turned into that person their parents were afraid they were going to turn into when they told them they were going to college for a liberal arts degree. Artists who are 100% professional, well, people tend to call them sellouts. But it's more than just that. When an artist burns out, it's usually because they've been too far over on the professional side of things for too long. Artists who burn out need to lean more to the amateur side of things to get their passion back. So we're both amateur and professional. And as artists, it's our job to figure out where that sweet spot is between amateur and professional that suits us. And what I've learned from game theory is this is a decision that we have to make for ourselves. It's not a decision that somebody else can make for us. Now, once we determine where that sweet spot is on the sliding scale between amateur and professional, what we need to realize is that this is not a permanent decision. Throughout our artistic career, we're going to make adjustments to that sliding scale depending on the situation that we find ourselves in. As a writer, when I'm trying to come up with ideas or I'm doing the first draft, I tend to lean more to the amateur side of things. But when I'm editing or trying to find a market for what I've written, I lean more professional. And you're going to make adjustments to your sliding scale as you get older. Say you've done something for years as a hobby, but then you retire from your day job and decide you want to start making some extra money on the side. So you tend to lean more at that point to the professional side of things than you've done previously. Now, where you fall on that scale is completely up to you. But you have to understand that you're both an amateur and a professional. Both sides are a part of you and your artwork. Understanding that, you as an artist, if say you lose your passion, you'll know where to go to get it back. You'll also understand that as an artist, it's okay to think about the business side of things, and you can do that without turning into a sellout. Find your balance and grow your art. Now, if you have any questions about this video or any statements that you'd like to make, please share them in the comments section down below. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope these last 3 videos have been helpful to you and that you've gotten a lot out of them. I have a few topics for videos that I want to make in the next few weeks, but if there's something that you'd like for me to cover in a future video, please let me know in the comments section down below. If there's anything that I can do through these videos to help you, I'd love to have the opportunity to do so. If you're new to this channel and you want to see more, then click the subscribe button that's right up here. And if you want to see more of my videos, you can do that by clicking this playlist box right down here. So, until next time, this is Brian J. Hatcher reminding you to keep dreaming with your eyes open.